Yo, what's up, guys? Dante here. I'm back with another video. Today, we are going to be doing the men's NCAA tournament bracket. Let's go ahead and hop into it. We got Duke and Siena. Come on now. Ohio State and TCU. This is why I love the men's side better, at least for the picks, because you're always guaranteed some kind of chaos in the first two rounds. Let's see. It's not looking good for Ohio State. TCU, not much better. But they did play Kansas very close, and they beat Florida. Close against BYU. The losses ain't too bad. And then they got some good quality ones. Ohio State, they beat Wisconsin, I guess, and Purdue. But other than that, that's about it. I'm going to go with TCU on this one. St. John's in northern Iowa. I'm going to go with St. John's. My man, oh my goodness. What is his name? What's his name? Rick Pitino. There you go. I think Rick Pitino gets out the first round at least. Kansas and Cal Baptist, which I also think is a whack school, I think. Or there's something. Some small comment. It doesn't matter. Kansas wins. Louisville and South Florida. Let's see. My man right here, Isaiah. I think that's how you say it. Isaiah Nelson, 15-9. Almost averaging a double. Okay. Let's see. Is Louisville lost to Clemson? All right. Let's see. South Florida. They got anything? Okay, they finished strong. Okay. I don't think they beat Louisville, though. Michigan State, North Dakota State. This could be an upset, though, but I'm going to go with Michigan State and Izzo. UCLA and Central Florida. Let's see. Okay, what about UCF? I keep forgetting they're in the Big 12 now. I always forget that. Yeah, I can't. I don't know who to go with. I guess I'm going to go with UCLA with this one. Then we got UConn and Furman. Go UConn. The West. So I did my picks for the women's game. Why don't they have directions for the women? They just have like regional 1, 2. They're all numbered. They're not actually like directions. Why is that? Arizona and Long Island. Arizona. Villanova and Utah State. My man Duke Brennan averaging a double. Let's see what Villanova's done. Ooh, they had a bad stretch at the end. Wow. Okay. I don't think they. I don't know. I don't think they beat Villanova. I'm gonna go Utah State. They had a better stretch down the line. Got Wisconsin and High Point. We're going Wisconsin. Arkansas and Hawaii. This would be hilarious if Hawaii won. Look at this. The total pick count. 15 million and 1 mil. That's crazy. Dang, this dude right here, Darius a Cuff Jr. He's got averaging 22 a game. Let's see what Arkansas did. Let's see what Hawaii did. Okay, they won the Big West. Nice. I love how that conference is just a bunch of California schools. And then you got Hawaii. You know, I'm going to go with this is my upset pick. I'm going to go Hawaii. Even though I know it sucks for Calipari. Is the Calipari coach nowadays? I think it is Calipari, right? That coaches Arkansas now. Then we got BYU in Texas. Oh yeah, I forgot they got that dude. Dibonsa? Is that how you say it? AJ Dibonsa? Averaging 25 and 6. Good Lord. So I realized this isn't like an order of like the games they play. These are just like the notable outcomes. But that doesn't help though. They've only like in the biggest games, according to I guess ESPN, they got a win over Iowa State and a win over Texas Tech. But they didn't beat the top echelon team. They UConn, Arizona, Kansas, Houston. Those are all big time programs. They didn't beat none of them really. Yeah, this is okay. I don't know what to do. I mean that boy averages 25. He's gotta do something at least in the first round. Gonzaga, Kennesaw State. Let's go Gonzaga. Miami, Missouri. Yeah, I found out that Jim Larinaga, I think Larinaga, yeah. Apparently he doesn't coach. He doesn't coach at Miami anymore. I don't know when did that happen. When did he leave? That had to have been recent because I think weren't they in like the Elite Eight? They were in the Elite Eight the year. I think it was the year of what year was that? Was it the year Texas Tech went? Or was it the year? Or was it the year with San Diego State and Florida Atlantic? I think it was one of them years they were in the Elite Eight. Dang, that's crazy how fast time flies. I mean, I'm gonna go with Miami. Missouri basketball just never really hit for me. And then you got Purdue and Queens. So shout out to Queens making it to your first NCAA tournament. They only been in the D1 for 4 years. That's crazy. It ends in the first round though. All right, let's move to the Midwest. We got Michigan and Howard. The Bison, the men's have made it too. They stand no chance. Sorry. You got Georgia and St. Louis. They got that guy for St. Louis. There you go, Robbie. Is that him? Robbie Avila. He's only averaging 12 a game. You know the guy they call like what they call him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's it, bruh. I mean, they must get a pretty solid team. If that's all he's averaging is 12 a game, that means they got other guys on the team that can play. It's not just him. Georgia. Let's see what St. Louis looking like. Is that what George Washington's called, the Revolutionaries? I never knew that. I never knew that's what they were called. I never knew what that was what they called. Okay. Let's go with the Billikens. Uh, yeah, so it's pretty close. Okay. Let's go with the Billikens. Texas Tech and Akron, Texas Tech. Alabama Hofstra, Alabama. Tennessee and Miami, Ohio. This is an intriguing one because a lot of people had issues with Miami of Ohio getting in. Um, Dang, it's crazy. What I wonder how they would have played them if they had ran, if they had went undefeated. Because they lost one game and they dropped all the way to 11. They were like the last four in or something like that. I mean, they got wins over. I mean, SMU's an ACC team. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to Miami, Ohio. I think they got because this is it. They only get one chance to prove themselves, or they're out the tournament. I think they got to redeem themselves because I was watching. I caught the end of the game. I was like, damn, they're actually down to them to freaking Ohio. What? We got Virginia, Wright State. We got Virginia. Virginia's not gonna. That foolishness with UMBC, I don't think that'll ever happen again to them. They understand these first round matchups. They need to take care of business, handle business. As long as that's ingrained in their program history, that should never happen again to them. Then we got Kentucky and Santa Clara. First time making the tournament since Steve Nash. I don't think you'll understand how long. Apparently, Steve Nash played in Santa Clara in '93. I didn't realize he was that old. They went to the tournament. That's the last time they won a tournament game. Was '93 with Steve Nash. Steve Nash, Hall of Fame. Steve Nash. That's just crazy. Kentucky's got a lot of bad losses. Okay, yeah, I mean it's typical. I mean the West Coast Conference is basically well I guess it's a 3-man. It's usually a 2-3-man team. The West Coast Conference, up until they got BYU, was always a 2-man conference, and then it became a 3-man conference with St. Mary's and BYU. And I guess they finally got a third team to contend now. It'd be nice. You know what? I'll pick Santa Clara. Then we got Iowa State and Tennessee State, another HBCU. There's a lot of HBCUs that got in this year, men's and women's. Got Howard, Tennessee State. I think it was there one on this side in the east? Was there one in the west? No, so I think they put them all in the Midwest. Oh, they got Prairie View. Okay, so we got 3. That's pretty good. I think Iowa State though blast them. I don't see them winning that. Sorry, Tennessee State. And we're gonna finish off the South in the first round. Got Florida and Prairie View. Prairie View goes down. Clemson and Iowa. So both men and women's teams are in the tournament for Iowa and Clemson. I don't know. Let's see what no, Clemson. Yep. Go ahead and move on. Vanderbilt and McNeese. Got Vandy. Then we got Nebraska. Nebraska's a 4 seed. I have never seen Nebraska that good at basketball. Yeah, Thomas Dowd, 14-10 guy. Let's see. Yeah, they have some pretty significant losses down the stretch. You got Troy, a little bit better, but lesser competition. They almost beat USC. They beat San Diego State. Okay, they got some good games on here. I think Nebraska. I wouldn't be surprised if they went down. You know, we're gonna keep the memes. Let's go ahead, Troy. Another 13 in there. North Carolina VCU. It's a little regional action. Let's see. Ooh, Caleb Wilson at 19-9, almost having a double. Let's see, UNC. Okay, they did pretty well down the stretch in major games. Can't say the same about Virginia. Okay, yep. We don't gotta look at that too long. Illinois and Penn. Like I said, never sleep on the Ivy League, but I don't think Penn has it in them. We got St. Mary's and Texas A&M, another West Coast Conference team. Rashawn Agee. I watched a little. I forgot what game I was watching. It was one of the. It was an SEC tournament game. I forgot who they were playing. He all right. He can play. It's St. Mary's. So a lot of this stuff was just like in conference, and then you got Vandy. They beat Wichita State, A&M. Ooh. Yeah, they had some bad losses. Some close ones too, but still. All right, I think we'll go St. Mary's. I think all three West Coast teams, or West Coast Conference teams, make it to the next round. Then we finish off with Houston and Idaho. So now that we're done here, let's go back up. We start the round of 32 in the East. We got Duke and TCU. I think TCU handles Duke handles business. Excuse me. Kansas and St. John's. Got two legendary coaches. I think Patino is going to try his best to get back to where they were last year. I think they got to the Elite Eight last year. It was so funny because when I heard about how far they got, I didn't even know he was coaching the team, which is great. I didn't realize he was coaching the team until like the end of last season. And we got Louisville and Michigan State. I'm going to give it to Izzo. It's a funny thing. The Louisville coach, or Louisville has like, how you a 6 seed? See, that's what I don't understand is how you got double-digit losses. You should not be anything higher than like an 8. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go Michigan State. Yeah, we got UCLA and UConn. I'm gonna go UConn. I think they're trying to get back to that title game they were the year before. Try to get 3 out of 4. That would be impressive if they get 3 out of 4. Arizona and Utah State. Utah State's a little run ends. Wisconsin and Hawaii. That also ends. BYU and Gonzaga. They got the Zags. And then we got Miami and Purdue. You know what? Just because they lost in the title game, I'll give it to them. I let them make it to the Sweet 16. Then we're down in the Midwest. We got Michigan and St. Louis. You know what? I like St. Louis. Let's keep it going. Texas Tech and Alabama. This is a toss-up. I'm going to go Alabama. Miami of Ohio and Virginia. I think Virginia ends that. Puts them to bed. Sends them home. Send them packing. Got Santa Clara and Iowa State. Oh my God, 13 million to 6.5. Oh, 680K. Jeez. All right. I already checked. Why am I looking at this? I need to look at Iowa State. I want to go with the upset, but I feel like Iowa State would handle them. I'm going to go Iowa State. But I wouldn't be surprised if Santa Clara pulls off that upset, though. Let's finish off the round of 32. In the South, we got Florida and Clemson. Florida demolishes Clemson. Vandy and Troy. Right. Vandy. I was like, why did I pick Troy? Okay, I remember. North Carolina and Illinois. We'll go with the Illini. And then we got St. Mary's and Houston. I think Houston pulled it off. Kelvin Sampson tries to make another return back to that title game. We will see. Let's go ahead back up to the top. We got some Sweet 16 action. Duke and St. John's. I've said this before. I don't care about Duke anymore. I've stopped caring about Duke. I've stopped caring about Duke. Like whenever Maryland left the ACC, like 15 years ago. Like it's been a long time. The rivalry doesn't matter no more. We don't play each other. I don't think I can't remember the last time we scheduled them for anything. It's just like whatever. I'm gonna go with St. John's, though, cause I want them to get back into it. That'd be cool. St. John's, that old Big East was just something special, man. Georgetown, you know what I'm saying? UConn, St. John's. Speaking of UConn, Michigan State and UConn, I think UConn pushes it. They get through. It'll be a very, very close one. We got Arizona and Wisconsin. This is the one we'll go Arizona. Because, what's his name? Bryce Young. Bryce Young. Wow. Bryce James, not the quarterback. Bryce James, LeBron James' son, is on the team. So I picked them. And then Gonzaga and Miami. Zags move on. Get one step closer. We got St. Louis and Alabama. I would love to push this all the way. I'm going to push it all the way. St. Louis makes it. And then we got Virginia and Iowa State. This is a toss-up. I think Virginia gets in. Be another close game. We're going to finish off here. Florida and Vandy, some SEC action. Florida handles business. And then we got Illinois and Houston. I think Houston pulls it off. Gets by the Illini. And gets into that Elite Eight. Oh, excuse me. All right. Now we're back up top in the East. So we got some Big East action for the right to go to the Final Four. We got UConn and St. John's. What the hell? Why did that pop up? Okay, ad blocker. Sure. Do I have of course I have ad blocker. I'm like, do I have an ad blocker installed? Yeah, of course. I don't know why I did that. I'm on ESPN. Anyway, St. John's and UConn. So I want Patino to win. And it's also, I just want that to be a cool story, you know what I'm saying? St. John's gets to the Final Four. But it would be cool to see UConn get 3 out of 4. I think that'd be something historic. But man, I don't know. But UConn's done it so many times, especially in my lifetime. They had what? There was two. They had what? Two or three with the old guy. I can't remember. That's crazy. The old guy. That's kind of crazy. Let me see. Old UConn. Men's basketball. Coach. I'm trying to type this with one hand. Not Dan Hurley. I said old UConn. Why did it? No, not you. Jim Calhoun. There we go. I think he won 3 titles, and then there was a guy. I think it was like one of his former players. Coach who succeeded. Oh my God. How do you spell succeed? Succeeded. Okay. E-D. Jim Calhoun. And the crazy thing is this guy won the title like his first or second season. And then they fired him. What? At UConn. What did they give me? Kevin Ollie. There we go. Yeah, he won in 2014. He got fired in 2018 due to fire. Damn. Yeah, he took over. So they got 4, and then Hurley got 2. So that gives them 6. When's the last? I didn't spell any of that right. Let's see. When was St. John's basketball last national title? They might not have one. What is this? The last national title for St. John's basketball team was in 2023-24. That's gotta be for that's a different sport. I literally men's basketball 85. Huh. Okay, so that was around the time. No, but then it says right here, Wikipedia. St. John's. Wow, that's bright. Yeah, they don't have a title. So what was that? What did they put up on? See that stuff. So postseason. So what was 85? Oh, so they got there. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, because I was like, that was around the same time as when Georgetown was making their run. Okay, so they've never won a title. They made it to a title game. We'll go with St. John's. That took longer than it had to be. Gonzaga and then Arizona. I'm gonna go with the Zags. I want them to get one, man. I really want them to get one, bro. They've been there a couple times. They gotta break through. Then we got St. Louis and Virginia. You know what? I'm gonna keep. That's gonna be my Cinderella. I'm gonna keep it going. They get by Virginia, and then we got Florida and Houston. Kelvin Sampson in Houston gets that thing, and then we got our Final Four, a very unique Final Four. So we got St. John's in Houston, and then we got Gonzaga in St. Louis. If this happens, I think this would be the. I mean, any at this point, any four of these teams could win it, but this would be probably. This would be the best year for Gonzaga to get over the hump and get one. Dang. Who do I want? So Gonzaga, St. Louis. That's a close one. I'm gonna pick the Zags in a close one though. But that'd be a very impressive one. That's an impressive run by St. Louis. Then we got St. John's in Houston. See, the problem is, if this was like 10 years ago, before the move, I probably would have picked Houston because at that point, Houston was a mid-major. Houston's a Big 12 school now, so it doesn't have the same. It don't have the same feel, right? If they win, you know what I'm saying? Because they basically moved all the way to a power conference, so it doesn't have the same feel because they're no longer they're no longer Cinderella teams. They're they're expected to win. St. John's, on the other hand, this is not the same Big East it was, like I said, 20, 25 years ago. So it's a little bit different. But I'm gonna pick St. John's. And then we got our title game in Indy, St. John's versus Gonzaga. Damn. Like I said, Mark Few's got to get one. He's got to get it. So I'm going to get Gonzaga. That'll be my national champion. And there you go. That is my pick. These are my picks for the 2026 men's NCAA tournament. So as always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.